Action.
Who's there?
Nay, answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king. Bernardo? He.
Come most carefully upon your hour.
It's now struck 12. Get me to bed, Francisco.
For this relief, much thanks. 'Tis bitter cold, and I'm sick at heart.
Have you had quiet guard?
Not a mouse stirring.
Well, good night. And if you do meet Horatio and Marcellus, the rivals of my watch, bid them make haste.
I think I hear them. Stand up! Who's there?
Friends to this ground.
Legion to the living. Hello, Bernardo.
Say, what, is Horatio there?
Yeah, piece of him.
Welcome, Horatio. Welcome, good Marcellus.
What, has this thing appeared again tonight?
I've seen nothing.
Horatio says this but a fantasy. One that like belief take hold of him. Touching this dread sight. Twice
Seen of us.
Therefore, I have entreated him along with us to watch the minutes of this night. So that if again this apparition comes, we may improve our eyes and speak to it.
Tush, tush, 'twill not appear.
Sit down a while. And let us once again assail your ears, which are so fortified against our story, which we have 2 nights seen.
Well, sit we down, and let us hear Bernardo speak of this.
Last night of all, when yon same star that's westward from the pole had made its course to illumine that part of heaven where now it burns. Marcellus and myself, the bell, then beating
The
once.
peace! Break the oath! Look, when it comes again!
In the same figure like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
Looks it not like the king? Mark it, Horatio!
Most like. It harrows me with fear and wonder.
It would be spoke to.
Question it, Horatio.
What art thou that usurpest this time of night? Together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march. By heaven, I charge thee, speak!
It is offended.
Stay! Speak! I charge thee, speak!
No, 'tis God, and will not answer.
How now, Horatio? You tremble and look pale.
Is not this something more than fantasy?
What think you on it?
Before my God, I might not this believe without the sensible and true avouch of mine own eyes.
Well, is it not like the king?
As thou art to thyself. Such was the very armor he had on when he, the ambitious undead, combated. So frowned he once when, in an angry paw, he smote the sledded zombies on the ice. 'Tis strange.
Thus, twice in jump at this dead hour, with martial stock hath he gone by our watch.
In what particular thought to work I know not, but in the gross and scope of my opinion, this bodes some strange eruption to our state.
Good man, sit down and tell us he that knows. Why the same most strict and observant watch so nightly toils the subject of the lad.
Why such daily cast of brazen cannon, and foreign mart for implements of war?
Why such impressive shipwrights? Sore task does not divide the Sunday from the week.
But what this toward that the sweaty haste doth make the night joint labor with the dead? Who is it that can inform me?
That can I. At least the whisper goes so. Our last king, whose image even but now appeared to us, was, as you know, by Fortinbras the zombie, thereto pricked on by a most emulate pride, dared to the combat, in which our valiant Hamlet, for so this side of our known world esteemed him, did slay this Fortinbras, who, by a sealed compact, well ratified by law and heraldry, did forfeit with his life all those lands which he stood seized of to the conqueror. Against the which, a moiety competent was gauged by our king, which had returned to the inheritors of Fortinbras had he been vanquisher. As, by the same covenant and carriage of the art of the design, his fell to him. Now, sir, young Fortinbras of unimproved metal, hot and full, hath from the skirts of the undead here and there sharked up a list of lawless resolutes for food and diet to some enterprise that hath the stomach in it, which is no other as it doth well appear unto our state, but to recover of us by strong hand and terms compulsatory those foresaid lands so by his father lost. And this, I take it, is the main motive of our preparations, the source of this our watch, and the chief head of this post-haste and roamage in the land.
They could be no other, but even so. Well may it sort that this portentous figure comes armed through our watch. So like the king that was and is the question of these wars.
A mote it is to trouble the mind's eye. In the most high and palmy state of Rome, a little ere the mightiest Julius fell, the grave stood tenantless, and the sheeted dead did squeak and gibber in the Roman streets. And even the like precursive fierce events, as harbingers proceeding still of fates, and prologue to the omen coming on, have heaven and earth together demonstrated.
But soft! Behold! Lo, where it comes again!
I'll cross it, though it blast me. Stay, illusion! If thou hast any sound or use of voice, speak to me. If there be any good thing to be done that may to thee do ease and grace to me, speak to me. If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily for knowing may avoid, oh, speak! Or if thou hast abhorred in thy life, extorted treasure in the womb of earth, for which they say you spirits off walk in death. Speak of it! Stay and speak! Stop it, Marcellus!
Shoot it!
Do if it will not stand!
'Tis here!
'Tis here!
It's gone! We do it wrong, being so majestical, to offer the show of violence. For it is, as the air invulnerable.
And our vain blows, malicious mockery.
He was about to speak when the cock crew.
And then it started like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons. I have heard the cock that is the trumpet to the morn.
Doth with his lofty and shrill-sounding throat awake the god of day.
And at his warning, whether in sea or fire, in earth or air, the extravagant and erring spirit hies to his confine. And of the truth herein, this present object made probation.
Well, it faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ere against the season comes, when our Savior's birth is celebrated.
The bird of dawning singeth all night long. And then they say, no spirit dares stir abroad, no planet strike, no fairy takes, nor witch hath power to charm. So hallowed and so gracious is the time.
So have I heard, and do in part believe it. But look, the morn, in russet mantle clad, walks o'er the dew of yon high eastward hill. Break we our watch up, and by my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For upon my life, this spirit, dumb to us, will speak to him. Do you consent we shall acquaint him with it, as needful in our loves, fitting our duty?
Let's do it, I pray. And I this morning know where we shall find him most conveniently.